Hello everyone, and welcome to a pros and cons of the video game A Little to the Left on Not Now Mom, I'm Gaming. These are short videos featuring all my little nitpicks and pleasantries with having played the game, while sustaining a bare minimum of spoilers. Let the reviewing begin. Pros. Puzzles make you think. You look at a title like A Little to the Left and you think, oh, these are going to be puzzles where we have to straighten things to look nice, maybe even put things away in their proper places. And while there are puzzles like that, there's also a whole lot more to them. Sometimes it's about matching images to one another, setting certain things beside one another in a way that makes sense, given an image on the items themselves. There were times that I stared at a puzzle for more than 5 minutes trying to different things to trigger a completion, which is probably why I struggle with wanting to finish the game in the first place. You'll need to wrap your head around things and maybe look at the puzzle overall to get it, instead of the individual pieces it gives you. Hints. There were times where I sat on a puzzle for about 5 minutes before I finally gave up and couldn't figure it out, and that's why I'm thankful there's a hint button you can use. If you click it by accident, there's actually a failsafe where you don't see the completed solution right away. You have to erase the scribbles in order to see the correct way to solve the puzzle, which I also appreciate. You can skip. If a puzzle's too much for you, but you don't want to use a hint and get a free no thinking pass on how to solve it, rather save it for later, you can simply skip the puzzle. When choosing levels, you can always return to puzzles that you don't have all the stars for. So yeah, when you're well rested and your brain's at max thinking capacity, return to a skip puzzle. You won't feel so bad for using a hint. Multiple ways of solving. A lot of the puzzles you'll come up against are going to be singular solves. There's really only one way they can be completed, but I really like how they incorporated puzzles that make you think past what your initial idea of solving it would be. Flexes those brain power muscles that we often overlook keeping fit. Cons. I DNF'd. For those that don't know, this means I did not finish. And that's not because the game is bad or anything like that. In fact, it's a great game, but I guess it's not as simplistic as I thought it might be for someone who has probably less than a mild case of OCD. I like being organized in specific ways, and this game actually requires a lot more thought at certain times than I'm capable of doing. So it's a me thing. If you enjoy puzzling out a way to put things in a specific order or placement that appeases both the game and your brain, then this game would be great for you. Not every item locks into place. I thought it was a little weird that in most instances of a lot of puzzles where you can grab something and move it around, they'll lock into a specific place. Maybe not lock, but snap into position would be better phrasing. Other times that's not really the case. The items feel a bit more loose, making you think maybe it's not supposed to go there, even though some things do belong in these slots. There's just moments that give mixed signals. And that's the end of our pros and cons review of A Little to the Left. Thanks for watching, everyone, and don't get in too much trouble when you say, "Not now, Mom, I'm gaming."